Well, hello, and thank you for tuning in with us today. I'm Brian Farsfett.
And I'm RJ Key.
And we're here covering the Lake Orion Dragons varsity volleyball match tonight versus the Troy Colts volleyball team. And tonight is a special night for the Dragons, as tonight is their senior night.
That's right, Brian. I was talking to the coach before the game, and I asked, what are you really looking to get out of this game tonight against the Troy Colts? And he says, he really just wants to make sure the seniors have a strong finish to their season. He said, as much as he would like to win the game, of course, he said winning and losing doesn't matter tonight as long as his seniors have a good run. And I truly think they do, because we have some spectacular seniors on this team this year.
Yes, we're here to celebrate some great players who are celebrating a great season so far. The Dragons really have produced quite well for this season. They're right now a number 6 in the state, ranked number 6, I'm sorry, with a 35-7 record, as opposed to the Colts' 27-7-3 record. That's an extra 8 wins over their opponents. And tonight they will be celebrating senior night. Tonight we have number 1, Illyria Collage, number 7, Aaron Collins, 13, Danielle DJ Sargent, number 14, Lauren Van Loon, all playing on their own special senior night. They were just honored just a minute ago with a nice speech by each one of them, talking about future plans and what they have learned from this volleyball team. It was quite a touching moment to see a little bit of the growth that's happened over this team. And these are the leaders who have really led the Dragons to an impressive season so far.
Yeah, you'll notice right now that all the players, while they're warming up, they each have T-shirts on, and you notice the seniors right now are wearing white T-shirts that have their last names on them, and they're all custom T-shirts that they made, I'm sure, a few days ago, whereas the rest of the team are wearing matching black T-shirts with the seniors' last names on them, each one, and each of the, well, not all of them, but a few of the non-seniors on the teams gave nice little speeches right during the ceremony, thanking the seniors for all the inspiration and help that they were able to give throughout the season and throughout their years here at LOHS.
Yeah, absolutely. But what Coach has said is, you said it already, tonight is not a night where they're necessarily going out trying their hardest to win. They definitely want to win, but tonight is more of a, they know where they're standing.
Yeah.
They're out there. This is a celebration game for them. This is kind of a touching moment.
Yeah, the league's already determined. They know, Lake Orion knows where they're going from here. So tonight's definitely while we have, definitely a chance of winning, and I hope we do, I think it's also tonight about having fun and letting the seniors get their last plays of the year in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's be honest here. The Dragons are better than most teams, even on an off night for them. So let's just watch the game and see how this goes out. I don't believe it'll be a blowout, of course. The Troy Colts are absolutely no pushover by any means. Well, you can't when you have only 7 losses. But what can I say though? This will be an interesting game for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you don't get number 6 in the state for no reason. All right, and we'll be back right after this short break.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jet's Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jet's Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
And welcome back to our broadcast here, taking place from the Lake Orion Fieldhouse, right here at our very own Lake Orion High School. We're prepping for this Troy versus LO volleyball match, which features a top 10 team in the Dragons.
That's right, Brian. I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be a good one. We have a pretty decent-sized student section forming down in our area down by where the Lake Orion Dragons will be serving from, starting off in the first set. So,
yeah, we got the Dragons faithful here on senior night, here to support their fellow peers and classmates.
Looks like the theme tonight's pink out. Would you say? It looks like we got a lot of pink down in the.
Yeah, it could be. It's hard to tell for certain. I'm not sure as to if it is myself, but I've seen a decent shades of pink and lavender, that sort of thing. Very, very good assumption, RJ.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
All right, game's getting ready to start now. We're about to start with the national anthem, and we'll get underway here at Lake Orion High School.
Lake Orion High School Athletic Director Chris Bell, along with the Michigan High School Athletic.
So, Brian, what are you looking forward to about this game tonight?
I'm looking forward to see the Dragons show off this raw natural talent that they've obviously been able to demonstrate throughout this past season. I'm glad to see the seniors in their senior night celebrate and hopefully get a lot of playing time. Hopefully take down a pretty decent Troy team.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the seniors do really well tonight. I'm sure they will, because they always do. But I'm sure they're going to get a lot of playing time tonight, and it'll be a great game. Looking forward to it.
Please stand at attention. Placing your hand over your heart as Alexis Sargent sings our national anthem.
And now it is time for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the clouds early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And there we go. National anthem sung by Danielle Sargent's older sister, Alexis, I believe her name is. A Lake Orion graduate from, I believe, maybe 2014 was the year?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but beautiful rendition anyway of the national anthem. Really got me, and I think the rest of the crowd, excited for the start of the game, which will begin momentarily.
Number 2, Mila Polikas.
And you'll notice the Lake Orion Dragons were swinging their arms back and forth together. Perhaps some sort of a stance on the national anthem in this time.
No, they always have done that.
I believe it's more of honoring the flag, yes.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen a couple sports teams do that. I always kind of find that fun when they do that.
Yep.
They always release right at the end of the national anthem.
Sure. Unity as a team, they're all doing things together.
I think it also is kind of like it shows the other team like, hey, these people are together. I always sometimes, it's fun watching the opposing team because they always like start looking at these people and go, oh, maybe we should do this too. And, some of them will also start grabbing hands and trying to mimic them and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's always been interesting to watch too. So I also think it could be used as an intimidation factor as well as a unity factor.
Well, we don't need too much intimidation here at Lake Orion. It's hard to see Lake Orion lose. It's even harder to see them lose on their own home floor.
I'm sorry. And number 15, Jessica Robinson.
So fun fact for the game, the coach, Tom of the Troy team, used to be a coach for Lake Orion, actually. I was talking to him before the game started. Said we're a good team, and he just hopes that he can, just play on their side of the net tonight.
Yeah, that's what Scavarda, sorry, pardon me, on the Lake Orion team.
Sierra Livingway. Number 5, Leah Bowes. Number 7, Aaron Collins.
And here we are with a nice introduction to all the Lake Orion players.
Riley Hunter.
And the student section, though not necessarily the biggest, it seems to be growing as the pregame celebrations are wrapping up.
Number 11.
Volleyball players from the JV games earlier
Number 12.
fill in the stadiums.
Number 13, Danielle Sargent.
So we have a senior in Danielle Sargent, another one in Lauren Van Loon right here.
Number 15, Sydney Smith. Number 17, Paige.
Sure, it's going to be a really emotional game for those seniors and for the rest of the players. You know, as they really, may play their last game on home court. And
Yeah, this is a moment for them. And this is what I find interesting. For seniors on the Lake Orion varsity team, which I already think is a small number, get this, there is only one senior on Troy's team. Kelsey Moeller, number 16? Yeah, number 16 here. So that's just an interesting tidbit for you. On the senior night, there's only 5 seniors on the floor.
yeah, it looks like most of Troy's team seems to be juniors with a couple of sophomores thrown in there. No freshmen on Troy's team. We have one freshman, number 19, Kendall Robertson. So
there you go. And I could be wrong on this. You can call me out if I'm wrong. I don't even know if you know. But I believe we have a couple players that have been playing since freshman year as well, and Danielle Sargent and perhaps Illyria Collage. I'm not necessarily sure. Either way, they've certainly impressed this year and led the Dragons to what has been none less than a super successful season. Number 6 in the state. I just can't get my mind around that.
I know, we're doing great, and the season's not over yet, so.
Oh, no. I think the Dragons are going for more of a reserved phase until whatever could lie ahead for this team.
Well, of course, they don't want to get any injuries before they go into the things. We just have actually 2 players coming back into the play tonight that have been out on injuries the last few games. So, coach said he was interested to see how that goes.
And the game's starting here. Wonderful set. And out of bounds from the Colts. Here we have Illyria Collage starting off with the ball here. Oh, I take it back. Let's go number 11, Lauren Bell. Oh, an absolute dagger.
That was number 15, Jessica Robinson.
And it looks like on the court for Lake Orion, we have at least 3 seniors. We have Collins, Sargent, and Collage out there right now. Van Loon's on the bench, but you can count that she won't be for too long on this special night. Ooh, looks like we had DJ Sargent with a nice kill. Sargent goes off. Number 19, Kendall Robertson, the freshman, comes out. We won't call her the freshman. That might be a little mean.
Little mean, but yeah, number 19.
Ooh, and we have a block. Make that 3-1 Dragons as of yet. And this demeanor only threw 4 points here.
Great serve by Illyria Collage, number 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, the Dragons seem to have a very calm demeanor here. They don't seem to be too stressed out about this, and they're just doing what they usually do. They succeed. I believe that was number 8, Riley Hunter, the junior for the Dragons, that bounced it off the fingertips of the Colts and into out of bounds. 4-1 Dragons. And Collage can serve it. What an arm. She has a full ride to Western Michigan.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, committed junior year, actually.
Another score by number 15 on the Colts.
That'd be Jessica Robinson. We got number 16, the only senior of the Colts, Moeller, serving it off through the Colts. Oh, and a failed block. Well, not a failed block.
Good save by number 15, though.
Oh,
and she goes for it, but just missed it.
There we go, Robertson. Nice block, sending it down into Troy territory for a 5-2 lead.
Entering the game for Lake Orion, number 15, Sydney Smith.
And Sydney Smith here starting it off. Sophomore. Ooh. It looked like that might have been a one-hit wonder. Ooh. Number 15 try to send it over. One on the Colts gets a hand on it.
Spiked by number 8 from the Dragons, Riley Hunter.
Quite good. Lots of juniors on both of these teams, it seems. So definitely some experience there.
Definitely.
And Sydney Smith again. Oh, rejected.
That was a good point for the Dragons.
Robertson is doing quite good, being the youngest one here. At least for the Dragons, that is. Or, well, no, probably youngest one overall. No freshman on the Colts team. Oh, and Collage saves it. Up by 10. Over by 15, but a nice dig by 16 on the Colts. And Collage saves it again. Oh, that was just raw talent right there by Riley Hunter. And we have a timeout by Troy. Scores 8-2 Dragons in this first set.
This presentation is brought to you by the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcasting Program in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. Live streams of games will be available all season long at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. 50% of all proceeds go back into the award-winning video program here at LOHS. On TV, thanks our student crew for their hard work and dedication to bringing Dragon sports to the world.
And hopefully we'll continue bringing Dragon sports to the world.
Totally, and I was thinking about it earlier. We keep, talking about how sad it is that the senior is leaving, and obviously that's true, but, we have some great juniors and sophomores on the team too, and I'm sure they're going to leave a great legacy and continue on with the great tradition of Dragon volleyball.
Oh, that was a hit to the head on number 10. But no, absolutely. Only 4 seniors are going, and in some ways it can be sad that these great players, including Sargent, we got Collage, Van Loon, and Collins. But really, with all these juniors, Dragons are up for a stacked year next year.
It's true. And who knows who else we'll get next year, too.
Who knows?
Point for the Dragons.
There we go. It's also worth mentioning, you heard us talking about our very own television production workshop program here at LOHS. Noted number 1 on the Dragons, Illyria Collage, is actually a part of that class, fun fact. And a nice set. Too good of a block by number 5. That would be Julia Zaretti. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. One of 4 sophomores on the Colts. Just an outstanding block. Didn't really have a chance.
That's okay. Lake Orion still winning 9-4 in the first set.
Nothing too crazy happening so far. Just seems to be a well-rounded game. Not too swayed to one way or another, but the Colts are trying to change that as it is now 5-9, not in their favor.
Looks like Lake Orion was thinking that one was going to go out of bounds, but it just barely made it in, making a point for the Colts.
And that's going to be hard. Like, it must really pile up when you watch them, when you watch all the, sorry, pardon me, when all the balls just barely stay in and you think, why did I watch that? That's one thing every team can do better. Go for it, even if you think it might be out. If it's close enough, I'd say go for it. And 15 with a nice save. 15 on the other side. Outstanding play. That was a battle of 15s that whole time, I swear. Sydney Smith, the sophomore, ended up getting that one for the Dragons. They have double the Colts score, 10-5.
Looks like number 12 on the Dragons will be serving.
Number 12, Sydney Grubenhoff, entering the Lake Orion.
Sydney Grubenhoff. That'd be a junior. One out of many.
Another dive by 15 on the Colts, but wasn't enough.
Not quite a dig, because you can't quite beat that spike there by the Dragons.
I really think, though, that number 15, Jessica Robinson on the Colts will really be a star player we should watch throughout this game. She really seems to be doing a lot of work for the
very
Colts.
much so, yeah. And actually, Kendall Robertson, the only freshman on the Dragons roster, seemed to be having quite a good game. Not out there quite this moment, but noticed a lot of blocks and a lot of hits over that seemed successful. Oh, it was ruled to have hit the ground. Even though it was a great dive by number 4 Living Way on the Dragons, junior.
Looks like the refs are going to have a little talk with each other.
Mixed
Wasn't sure what happened.
Oh, pardon our earlier ruling. Seems to be a point rewarded to the Dragons. It is now 12-5. Not quite sure what happened there. And number 15 on the Colts really just couldn't get a grasp on it. Really didn't stand a chance there against that awesome serve. Rupenhoff seems to be soaring them over. Oh, and number 4 with a great save. 14 on the Dragons, really sailed it. And all that, just a point for the Colts. Rupenhoff had a great effort that play, though.
Yeah, she really went for it, but it just wasn't enough. 13-6, Dragons.
And out comes Collage joining Van Loon.
I was wondering where she was. I was like, where is she? She's usually out the entire game, but maybe just took a sit real quick, and now she's back in the game.
Gotta have time for all the seniors. And that's another point for the Colts. 2 consecutive, make that 13-7. Really, the pace of this game so far has gone about where I've thought it would. The Colts don't seem to be writhing on the floor, but I'll tell you for sure, Dragons seem to be superior.
You know, I think the Colts are still putting up a fight, though. It's definitely not a one-sided game.
It's definitely a valiant effort.
Yeah. Which, hey, that makes it more interesting, you know?
You got it, yeah.
Point for the Dragons.
And that's what I like to see. 14-7.
It's my favorite thing to say, right?
Oh, we got Aaron Collins, the senior, serving it off for the Dragons. Is absolutely silent. Ooh, stellar save.
Point for the Colts.
Ooh. Seems we have some sideline chants there by the Colts. I think they were throwing some magic over there. Couldn't be sure, but I heard a ooh.
I don't know if we're allowed to accuse people of witchcraft here.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I take it back. And 7 sets it. 5 just tapped it right over for the
Dragons. That was really delicate. I liked it.
Surprise move by Leia Boyce. The Dragons victorious. Coach Scavarda is very happy to see that.
Number 11, Warren Bell, entering number 8.
He seems to be taking it easy, much like the Eagles.
Warren Bell.
Current score, 15-8 Dragons.
Number 8 pops up in the air for Troy. Oh.
Oh, that was an intense.
Collage got a hand on it. She knew it was a lost cause, though. That was an incredible spike by Robinson.
Yeah, Jessica Robinson, number 15 on the Colts.
That's what you said. You said, watch out for Robinson.
I know, third point of the match, and we're only, 10 minutes in.
That's a third of all the Colts' points. I want to point that out. Point that out. You see that, what I did there?
Okay. Point for the Dragons.
And here we have Robin Robertson for the Dragons, the one that I was saying, watch out for her. In addition to all the other great players, Collage, DJ. Tell you what, these Dragons know where to be on the right time, at the right time. Number 1 and number 8, maybe two people to look for, but there we go.
Point scored by
Robertson.
number 19.
Robertson, yep. I'm telling you, we got some talent there, really young talent. And imagine this, she's just a freshman.
I know, imagine what she can be like in 3 years when she's senior on this very night, probably on senior night.
Oh, look at that, that was nice. Sort of a controlled celebration there by Robertson.
Could you imagine being on the other team, though, and just like being like a foot away from it and just seeing it hit the ground? That must be so devastating.
Oh my goodness.
Great serve by Illyria.
But what can you really do? Oh, and that seemed to be a miscue by Troy. And that's going to bump the Dragons lead by 10 for the set. 19-9. Here we have Collage ready to serve it. I think you're right. I think it might be Pink Night because Pink out because I'm seeing headbands on the Dragons for Pink. Wearing by, sacrificing the body. Collage kept this play alive. But they hit the net. It's all right, Dragons. It's all right. I believe that was, that could have been Robertson's miscue. Not absolutely sure.
Fully away, point for the Colts. Current score is 19-10. Dragons leading.
Yes. You have to appreciate Collage sacrificing her body like that in an attempt to keep the play alive.
Ooh, spike hit the net there.
Ooh. They blocked it. Out of bounds. That's a 20-10 lead for the Dragons.
Number 15, Sydney Smith entering the game for Lake Warrington. Ren McCauley to serve.
Ren McCauley serving. What a fun name, Ren. Illyria soaring it to the sky.
That was a high up there.
Oh.
Great save by number 1 on the Colts.
Zaleski, a junior. See Collage, wow. Look at that determination. Look at that skill. Just couldn't quite get there in time.
Hey, there's a reason she's playing for Western next year.
Absolutely, she got the talent.
And, you know, I don't remember if you mentioned this earlier, but she was recruited by Western as a junior.
I believe I did, but, you know, it's worth mentioning again. That's how impressive.
That's impressive.
Ooh, and number 11 and number 10 to number 8. Not quite in time. I've seen Illyria seems to be down there, a little bit disappointed in these last couple plays.
That was amazing how fast she got in there, though. Like, I didn't even see her coming from the other side, and she's just so little off. But the Dragons are still leading by 20.
She was very quick. And we got Robertson here. Robertson is definitely here. Ooh. I like to think of Robertson's position almost like center in basketball. Always there for the blocks and there for what I call the slam dunks, which is really just spikes. Anyway, back to our original sport, volleyball. Oh, 15 with an absolute rocket. That'd be Sydney Smith for the Dragons.
Dragons are in the lead, 21-13. First set.
Number 4 takes over for this one. That would be Sierra Livingway Jr., one of many on the court. Juniors definitely are dominating the rosters of both these teams. That seems to be not the most successful the Colts could have had, but truly Sierra Livingway with a fantastic serve. Oh, right place at the right time. Who that's 15 Sydney Smith? Or it could have been Van Loon. Well, shoot.
Either way, 23-13 Dragons. 2 more points to go left in this set. The Dragons.
Oh, that was too easy. Number 1 Zaleski for the Colts really tried to bounce it up, but they went more backwards and forwards, and as they say, the cookie crumbles.
This will be game point for the Dragons. Or set point.
5 spikes it down, but it's saved by number 10. And Sydney Smith bounces it over. Collage keeps it alive. Number 10, number 14. Van Loon with a rocket.
Just out of bounds.
We try to get a save from Molaire, the only senior on the Colts roster, but Van Loon really just rocketed it over and really stood no chance.
Final
Bounced
score for game 1, 25-13.
Dragons.
Great first game for the Dragons.
Oh, absolutely. Showcased a lot of talent on that, a lot of superiority. And as we're switching the sides here, what do you think is going to play out in the second match?
You know, I think we'll continue doing what we're doing and having great great players on all grades, on all sides. I think Troy's putting up a good fight too, but I think we're putting up a better fight right now, and I hope that continues on into the second quarter, or second set, sorry.
I suppose the scorecard has to agree with that.
All right, well, we'll be right back in about 2 minutes with the second set. Stay tuned.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jets Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
And here we are, back with your regularly scheduled Dragons game against the Colts. Looking for a beatdown after a pretty dominant first set against the Colts here. We won 25-13, I believe, the score.
Yep.
Things are looking up for these Dragons. We got Robertson always there with a nice block, with a nice spike. Lots of points racked up for her. And we got Collage really sacrificing her body, even rolling all over the floor when she has to keep that ball in the air.
You know, and I also think a good strength we have as a team right now is we have a lot of good servers, too, on our team. Illyria Collage obviously is a great server, Aaron Collins, Lauren Bell. So we've got a lot of great talent. Danielle Sargent for serving right now, and that's always helps us get those points, too.
Absolutely. Sydney Smith as well. But then don't quite count out the Colts just yet. Don't forget we got Robinson right here at number 15. Robinson hit it over. Oh, and Van Loon. Van Loon tried to get a nice spike over, but it was an epic block. Epic proportions. Collage, once again, always in the right place at the right time. So fast. Oh, and number 3 hits it over. Set by 7. And over by DJ Sargent.
Point for Lake Orion.
That's what you call a kill.
Great start to the second set of the game.
Yeah, and DJ Sargent really hasn't gotten too much playing time, but I expect Danielle to really come out here, have some more time. Robertson has definitely deserved some time as well, but this is senior night. Let Danielle play. And that's why, look at that nice hit over them, right over the defenders. Oh, fantastic block. I believe that's the second block in a row by DJ. Or Danielle. Danielle and DJ are the same person. I'd like to point that out. I might switch back and forth with the names.
It's okay. I've known Danielle for a few years now, and I didn't even know she went by DJ until tonight. So I'll probably call her Danielle. You might call her DJ, but
oh yeah, no. I grew up with her. I just grew up knowing her. She was a friend, so I'm not used to it really either. I believe it's more of a recent thing. Anyway, we got 1-1 here in the second set. All tied up. Who's winning? The Bears. Nope. No one's winning. And there we go. Colts now have a 2-1 lead. Their first lead over the Dragons of the night. In any set of the 2. And a spike that barely goes over.
Nice gentle spike.
Ooh, Van Loon. Van Loon knew where to put it.
Tied 2-2.
And Van Loon goes out after that very excellent play. He's replaced by Lauren Bell, one out of many juniors. Notice I'll be saying junior a lot tonight. There are a lot of juniors on this court, both sides. But they were ready for it. And Danielle puts it up. 16 hits it back. 8 puts it up. And Robinson, Robinson misses the mark. Definitely an excellent hit, just a little too late, I believe.
Couldn't get it over.
Couldn't get it over the net, that's right. Now the Dragons are back in charge, 3-2. And here's 15 Robinson. Ooh.
She got that one over.
Definitely. I was surprised the Dragons were able to stop that one. Oh, and Cindy, is that? Oh, I'm sorry, pardon me. Lauren Bell really diving for it with a nice dig. Number 1 keeps it alive for the Colts.
Just barely over the net by 15, but out of bounds. But Lake Orion touched it, so that's a point for the Colts.
Absolutely, and now it's 3-3 again.
So far, close game.
You saw Collage running to the sideline trying to go dive for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, what an effort. I'd like to commend definitely Lauren Bell and Collage in this set so far. Definitely quite a valiant effort trying to keep it in the air by both of them. See that? Not quite good for the Dragons, but you see Bell, she is so locked in. She's so ready. Not for that one, obviously. Anyway, it's 4-3 Colts. Serving at number 16 on the Colts, but it's out of bounds. And here we have Robertson ready to come back in for the Dragons.
Just kind of taking turns on the points here. One for us, one for them.
This might be a long set if it keeps going this way. Win by 2. And number 16 keeps it up. And there's Robinson. Ooh, Robinson. Robinson really plugged it in there.
It's Robinson's 4th point of the night.
Julia is ready, checking in for Troy.
But Robinson has been contributing to Troy in other ways and points as well too, with various blocks. Very good defensive player it seems as well. Oh, and that was in bounds. I was about to call it the opposite way.
See, point for the Dragons, 5-5, tied again.
Here we go. This seems to be an interesting set already, very competitive.
I know, nobody's really taken a firm lead so far yet in this set. Seems both teams are like, I don't know what happened with Troy in their during the little break they had, but they're really regrouped themselves. Yeah,
absolutely. After being not quite dominated, but I suppose just vastly outperformed by the Dragons.
Point for the Dragons, scores 6-5.
Call me crazy, but I think that was Ren McCulley out with a nice dagger there for the Dragons. What a kill. And Collage bouncing it up for Sydney Smith and the Dragons. 2 hits by the same player, Colts. It's a double hit on the Colts, which gives the Dragons a 7-5 lead. 2 points to win, and that's 2 points. Now they just need 18 more.
That was a great save by Illyria Collage there. Almost fell, but just barely kept it intact to get it over the net.
Number 9 keeps it alive. Glove by number 10, McCulley. Sydney Smith knocks it over. Number 1 for the Colts. Zaleski saves it. And number 10 back to number 9, but it's a failed attempt. Some very good blocking by McBride.
Point for the Colts. Dragons lead 7-6.
Number 9, Rachel Perkins, checking in for Troy.
I will say one thing that messed me up at first was I was looking at the Colts uniforms, and there's hair. All these volleyball players have a little bit of hair, so it kind of gets in the way, and I couldn't quite read what was on the back of the jerseys. And then at first I saw it said Troy. I noticed it said Troy another one. I didn't put it together until after I saw 2 of them. I was like, are all these players named Troy?
Brian.
Oh yeah.
Point for the Colts.
Quite an
tied
insightful
again,
comment.
7-7.
7-7. I have to say, I appreciate the Colts sideline a lot. They seem to have a lot of rituals there going on. A lot of fun sound effects coming. Definitely alive.
I mean, you got to have fun when you're just sitting over there, you know?
Yeah. You got to support your team in any way you can, and sometimes that's just being a little goofy. I'm a little goofy, so I can relate to that. Oh. Faster than a speeding bullet. Collage and Bell both die for it, but Colts are en route to 3 consecutive points to take a 8-7 lead in this set. Collage dived for that in front of number 11. That seemed to be a few miscues on the Dragons' part. Leaves them back to a 9-7 deficit. And number 10 serving it for the Colts. Oh, that was a trick play if I've ever seen one. Glenn McCulley, number 10 for the Dragons, seemed as though she was about to set it for Robertson, but really just tapped it over right over the defenders.
Yeah, they
who were
both
not
dived
ready.
for it, but they weren't. Just missed it.
I was not expecting that. I was still watching Lake Orion sideline when it hit the ground. The Lake Orion side of the court, sorry. Number 16 with the save, but Robinson's there. Collage is there. Robertson, the freshman for the Dragons, was there. Collage sends it back in the air. For number 15, Collage. Just a hair short. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize McBride on the Colts. Seem to have a very good set there. Not quite the best serve by Alberts Jr. from the Colts.
It happens, it happens. Colts keep their 10-9 lead, though.
Yep. Guess that's what counts.
They've kept their lead for a few points now, so.
There you go. Lake Orion looked like it might charge ahead again, but nope. Colts are not going down easy. Ooh. Funny deflection off the hands of number 5, Zaretti, a sophomore for Troy.
Score tied, 10-10.
An easy bump on the ground leads to a spike by number 5 for the Colts. But Van Loon is there for the Dragons. Oh.
Caught on the net.
Alberts cannot be too happy with that. Twice she has hit the ball into the net just in the last 2 serves. Well, last three serves. Served it once and once on a bounce back. Here comes Van Loon with the attempted kill, but saved by Robinson. Ooh.
Point good for the Colts.
Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah, the Dragons. Who are you talking about?
Sorry. Misread the hand signal there.
And the Dragons now have a 2-point lead, 12-10. But never mind, because they just hit it right out of bounds. All right, make that a 12-11 lead for Troy. Colts have come out charging.
It'll be interesting if this such close score lasts until the very end, because as you know, in volleyball to win a set you have to win by 2. So if it keeps being within a 1-point difference, the set really could go on for a long time.
Could be 1,002,000 to 1,000,000.
Yeah, I doubt that high, but
I really
maybe.
hope not.
I don't know if I have that amount of time.
I don't know if the viewers want to watch this that long.
I think we're pretty engaging.
I think we'd be able to talk for that long. I don't know if they'd be able to listen to us.
Another point for the Colts. Score is tied 12-12.
Absolutely. After what looked like to be an out-of-bounds play, it was just not dug for by the Dragons. A loss, definitely. Every point counts. Oh, but Van Loon.
That was a great spike by Van Loon.
That was so good. When I say some positions in volleyball remind me of basketball, that's what I'm talking about. That looked like a slam dunk.
Truly. Got some nice air on that, too, when she's going pushing it over the net.
Some nice air. Push her right over the net. Oh. That was just a miscue.
Yeah, they just kind of lost him.
Timeout, Troy.
You saw Van Loon smiling there at the end.
Yeah.
It happens. Shake it off.
Tied 13-13.
And on the floor for the Dragons, we seem to have at least 2 seniors.
Ooh, couldn't get past the net for the Colts.
Oh no, we have 3 out of the 4 seniors. Sargent's the only one on the bench right now.
Lauren Middle.
Make that multiple seniors on the bench. Everything's changing right before my eyes. Van Loon also takes the bench. And now we have Lauren Bell, the junior for the Dragons. Oh, collage. What's always a wonder of beauty. Always keeping it in the air. Just that time, just
Went
too
the
fast.
wrong way.
Went the wrong way.
14-14 is the score. The second set, Lake Orion versus Troy Colts.
Here we have Athena Sampson and Francesca McBride out there again for the Colts.
Point for Lake Orion.
Maybe a double hit there.
I think it went out of bounds on the side over there.
All right. Yeah, the Dragons have taken a lead in the set once again, which seems to be a very back and forth competitive. This is not up for grabs. I mean, this is up for grabs. Pardon me.
Definitely.
So what am I saying?
You know, a close game like this makes it more interesting to watch, you know? I mean, as much as you'd like to be them leading by like 20 points, you know, that's not as fun, you know?
It's not a game. The best, yeah, the real classics are the ones that are real close. The ones that are real close. I mean, don't forget this Dragons team is certainly no underdog in this game, being ranked number 6 in the state. I almost can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe
they're
it.
a great team.
Yeah, well, what am I saying? They're fantastic. I mean, just look at that play. The Dragons dig even deeper into a 16-14 lead in this set. But really, when you got so many talented pieces, like that, there was a lot of uncertainty about who would get that serve from Collage, and Collage can just serve all day.
That definitely seems to be a thing I've noticed with the Colts so far. Is there seems to be a lot of little miscommunication about like whose the ball it's going to be, and that seems to be where a lot of a lot of their points. It's not even the Dragons sending it to them, but them and themselves.
Oh,
Out of bounds.
just cut it right out.
Lake Orion still leads 17-15 in the second set.
The scores are getting higher. I think the Colts are looking around and saying, we can tie this up. We can stay in this game, but they really got to pull ahead here. And that's how you do it, with a fantastic block. Number 5 and number 17. That would be Zaretti and Sampson for the Colts. Number 15, Robinson, spikes it over. Serves it over, pardon me. And Dragons get a point on an out-of-bounds call.
Score is 18-16 Dragons.
And here we are. Number 10 serving for the Dragons, Ren McCulley. No more for the Colts is there.
Number 15, Robinson, got it over the net.
Illyria back in the air, setting up for,
Out of bounds.
that was a laser out.
Lake Orion's just been able to hold its lead these last couple points, but it's narrowed again.
Yep. I have to say, this isn't necessarily the most prettiest game. There's definitely a little bit of miscues going on both sides.
Definitely.
Oh, right there. She wanted it so bad.
Number 18,
Francesca McBride.
Francesca McBride, sophomore.
Sophomore, 1 out of 4 on the Colt squad.
I noticed on our team too, you were saying how we had 1 freshman. Also looks like we only have 1 sophomore too.
Yeah, I was noticing that actually. There's
Sydney
only,
Smith, number 15, our 1 sophomore.
put it this way, we have 4 times as many seniors as we do freshmen. We have 4 times as many seniors as we do sophomores. And then everybody else seems to be a junior.
We're taking a timeout for Troy. Let's thank Jets Pizza. Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud sponsor of Orion Neighborhood Television and the Dragon Athletic program since 2009. Jets supplies catering for the cast and crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Give them a call at 248-814-7559 for more information. We got 30 seconds left in our timeout here. I'm sure both coaches right now are really utilizing this timeout to, regroup and really try to get one of the teams to hopefully not have such a close follow in the game right now.
And what it looks like, at least what I'm picking up from this game, is Troy is trying to get a quality win over, the sixth best team in the state in Lake Orion. But Lake Orion, there seems to be smiles all around. They're having a good time. I saw Collage doing a little salsa dance there as McBride really dove for it again. But second time in 2 plays, I believe, just came up a little bit short in a 21-17 Dragons lead. This is not what you want out as a Colts fan. What is going on?
Number 15, Jessica Robinson, went for it, but it just went inbounds, and another point for the Dragons, 22-17, Dragons lead.
I saw a little bit of frustration there in Robinson from the Colts, but their smiles again. She's shaking it off. She can't stay nervous. Oh, the Dragons have just lashed out back in these last 5 or so plays.
I know. I don't know what happened during that timeout, but the Dragons have really come back strong.
Timeout, Troy.
Looks like Troy just called another timeout to figure out what just happened.
They're thinking, well, shoot. We got to get another, 6 points? Oh,
Yeah.
not 6 points. My math's really, really off right now. We have to get another 8 points.
DVD copies can be purchased by calling on TV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcasting vault. That's DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
And On TV is always out here recording important or significant games for Lake Orion.
Why wouldn't you want a copy of this game? Especially senior night game, I'm sure that would be an important keepsake for the seniors on this team.
Oh, absolutely. Pink out game as well. Oh, Collage really tried to save it. We had a nice run from Lauren Bell.
Lauren Albert stepping in for
Troy managed to get another point.
Dragons still in the lead, 23-18.
This is really make it or break it, even though it seems early in the game. The only way to stay in is to do it 1-1, effectively bring the score to a tie. Oh, but it's 24-18.
Yeah, if Lake Orion wins this set, the Colts would have to win the next set if they want to have any chance of winning the entire game.
Winning 3 consecutive sets, that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's possible. I'm not going to,
Yeah, in fact, I think the Dragons might be doing it. Not too sure about the Colts. There you go, though.
side out, Troy.
Game points for the Dragons, but the Colts are making a comeback. Scores 24-19, and Dragons are in the lead.
I mean, it's only a 5-point differential. It won't be the craziest thing in the world. Just, this isn't the Olympics. Nice bounce up by number 4. And a kill by 15 that just could not be blocked. The ball that could not be stopped. And that's 25-19 Dragons. They have taken 2 consecutive sets, even after Troy had a very strong showing. I believe the Dragons just wore them down after a while for this set.
That's right, Brian. Well, I look forward to seeing the 3rd set in the game. Troy's going to have to win this one if they want to continue playing this game. We'll be right back with our coverage of tonight's events after a minute.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jets Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
And here we are. We're back here at the Dragons Fieldhouse. We're here as the Dragons hold a 2-set lead over the visiting Troy Colts tonight in a very entertaining senior night game matchup.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. I'm interested to see how this third set's going to go because, like I just said before we left, you know, Troy's really got to make a comeback with this set and win. I mean, they have to win the next 3 sets consecutively. Lake Orion needs to only win 1 if they want to win the game. So
it's a great position to be a Dragon.
Yeah, it's a really important set right now. Whether or not could be the game set right here. As we get underway.
And hitting the deck is number 4, keeping that play alive. A crazy squat. And do you see Illyria lay out?
It's a great play.
Danielle Sargent was so impressed with that. Oh, she can help but snicker when she saw Illyria fly across the floor. She laughed at the termination, but I think that's out of respect.
That was a very intense little play right there. I think their Colts were a little frustrated, but they got a point.
You got a point. Hey, well, that's what counts. Dragons did do some amazing bobbling up in the air to keep that alive, though.
They did.
You know, I'd like to take a moment and appreciate the Lake Orion students that are here helping on this broadcast today. We have Lake Orion High School's very own television production workshop students here on the set. Very highly regarded program. Won a lot of awards in the last few years, and just in general, very highly regarded, as well as on TV public broadcasting, another highly regarded Midwest public broadcasting station.
Ooh. Colts, Dragons just weren't able to get it over the nets. The Colts have a 3-point lead right now, 3-0. Definitely starting this set out strong, the Colts are.
Absolutely, flexing those muscles, saying three consecutive sets to win. Yeah, we can do that. Ooh. That's not a way to do it. There was nobody over there.
I know number 16 on the Colts, Kelsey Bowler, went for it. One of the few seniors on the Colts team.
The only
senior on the Colts team. I forgot about that. She went for it, but it just was too far.
Not quite a senior night for the Colts.
Well, I'm sure they have their own.
Oh, and bounce it more off the shoulder off number 3.
Robinson tried to get over out of the net on 15 on the Colts side, but couldn't do it.
No, I believe she did. I believe the Dragons had it underneath the net after it went over. And oh wait, no, you're correct. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. Illyria laying it out. Must get rough, flying all over the floor like she does, but definitely worth it.
Ooh, another point for the Colts. Colts leading 5-1.
Knocked off her feet with that crazy hit. What it looked like was Robinson.
The start of the set is not good for the Dragons.
5-1. It could be worse, but it could be a lot better. Oh, and that is how you do it.
That's a little better.
What a hot hand by the Dragons. And here we have Collage serving. Very notable. One of the best Dragon servers by far. Ooh. Kept it up in the air. Lauren Bell, number 11. But in the end, it's 6-2 Colts. They have a strong showing here. But the Dragons, I don't think it's time to panic for the Dragons just yet. Well, that was not good. 7-2, even as Illyria really stretched for it. The Dragons faithful knows the skill that this team has. The determination has to win, and the fact that they don't necessarily need to try as hard as they do to beat a lot of the teams that they face. They're just so talented. Like, look at that. It was a beautiful hit.
Was still a 7-3 score out towards the Colts right now.
Sydney Smith checking back in for Lake Orion. Brenda Collins.
Sydney Smith back in the game for Lake Orion.
And what a notable player she is as well. Definitely a contributor in all assets of the game. Hitting the ball over, a great server. And always has a good set, just that's too bad. Sydney
Wasn't
Smith
able to get it over the net.
Yeah, just really could not finish.
Julius ready checking in for Troy.
Colts are up by 5 points, 8-3.
Robinson sends it over. Seems to be a very nice serve.
Another point for the Colts.
And that was the dream team of Sampson and McBride for the Colts. A pair of sophomores that sealed the deal on that one.
Seems like the Dragons are just having struggle getting it over the net right now.
Yeah. Well, not there. Freshman Robertson, Kendall Robertson.
Colts lead 9-4.
Sierra Livingway. Lauren Van Loon checking back in for Lake Orion.
Sierra Livingway and Lauren Van Loon coming back into the game for Lake Orion.
Giving those seniors playing time. I must say, though, I was expecting more of Danielle Sargent. We just have not seen as much of her throughout this game as I would have expected.
Maybe she's their secret weapon.
Secret weapon, Weapon X. Bring it out for dire needs.
Point for Lake Orion. Colts scored out of bounds.
When their backs are against the wall, they'll bring out Danielle Sargent. Nope. She's had some playing time. Definitely has produced very well. Got some nice points. Ooh, but right
Serve
there.
was too much by number 4, Sierra Livingway.
That gives the Colts a double up on the Dragons as of right now. 10-5 is the score.
Rachel Kirkman checking in for Troy.
But these teams might be disappointed when things don't go their way, but I can tell they enjoy each other's company a lot. There's a lot of smiles going on. Sideline, win or lose. Colts are having a positive showing here today, and the Dragons are as well.
Go mobile with On TV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with On TV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch On TV programs in high definition on demand. On TV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
Well, there you go. And what an easily accessible public broadcasting station.
Truly.
Lots of content.
Lots of friendly
YouTube.
people there, too. They're always willing to help you out when you need something.
Fun events. In fact, their Wildwood Film Festival is taking place this week. Very exciting things are happening.
Sure.
And full coverage of these fantastic games, which the Dragons, in fact, are only behind in a 7-10 deficit. You have number 12 for the Dragons, serving, hoping to change things around. Oh, and an out-of-bound hit by number 9, Rachel Turpin, a junior on the Colts. Call me crazy, but I think that's happened a few times in the last couple plays. Not a good
starting
look.
to come back after their timeout.
Yeah.
It's the first late timeout called by Lake Orion, by the way.
A double hit.
Colts lead 10-9. Lake Orion's catching up.
Dragons 4 consecutive points have put the game almost equal again. Oh, and look at that. Van Loon was thinking, I have your number right now. I have your number.
Game's tied, 10-10.
Wow. I believe the Dragons were losing 3-9 at one point, but here it is tied. And there it is, Colts again.
Larry Balazs checking in for Lake Orion.
Oh, what a kill. Like 15. But
Colts are still leading 11-10.
12-10, sorry.
Oh, 12-10
Yeah,
now. They just
15,
updated the scoreboard.
15 hit the net, I believe. An infraction, that is. Out of bounds.
Another point for the Colts.
That one was headed for the ref. She was prepared.
Lauren Alberts serving for Troy.
And number 8 with a very nice serve.
Another point for the Colts. Tony Scavarda, the head coach for the Dragons, getting a little more animated on the sidelines. He was pretty calm during the first couple sets, but now he's a little bit more intense.
Yeah, he looks like he's the most worried out of anyone on the Dragons team, which of course makes sense. But he said it would be a very easygoing night. Seems to have changed his mind.
Well, I'm sure it's still stressful when your team's, you know,
Losing.
yeah.
Losing at this set, anyway.
Current score 14-10 Colts.
But the Dragons have taken the first 2 sets, so they do have a comfortable lead yet. Oh, but there seems
Dragon point, but it looks like there's a little question with the Colts talking to the refs.
unrest on the Colts sideline. Everyone's staring at the ref thinking, what the heck did he just say?
Hey, I'll take it. Colts
Dragons
lead
will too.
14-11.
Even escaping with only 1 set win would still be considered good for the Colts. After all, Dragons are number 6, as I've said, I believe 6 times.
Oh, Lyria tried to get it, but it went the wrong way. 15-11 Colts.
Here we go. The Colts have the ball again. Ready for a nice serve by number 3, hopefully. They're thinking that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's delicate over the net there.
Number 1 tries to keep it alive, and it goes over. Robinson somehow gets it.
Oh, point to the Dragons, though. Oh, no.
An infraction here.
Colts coaches are screaming at the refs. Point still given to Lake Orion, though. Coach Tom Vigilant just standing there with his arms like, what just happened?
I'm trying to look. I can't quite tell what the infraction was. I saw 1 sign, but I believe it was just for a substitution.
Well, either way, Colts still lead 15-12.
An out of bounds. Number 8, Riley Hunter sails it out of bounds to make it a 16-12, a 4-point lead for the Colts here at the Dragons Fieldhouse. And number 1 setting it off. But the favor is repaid. Leia Boys, a junior, one of many for the Dragons. And it's a 13-16 Colts lead, but Collage is sending it over for the Dragons. Oh, and you know Robinson was really hoping for that one. Just an epic block.
So I'm sure after those couple calls, she's pretty into the game right now.
Absolutely.
She's the first one that starts arguing with the refs about things.
Oh, absolutely.
Point for the Colts, though, 16-13.
There seem to be multiple calls against Troy. There's no reason for their team to not be a little upset by all that. But
well, it looks like the refs are having a discussion right now.
Indeed. Might be a little bit of varying on who got that point. Either way, it's easy to say the Troy Colts are not quite the happiest with the rest. They might think there's a little home cooking. I personally am not thinking that, but
yeah,
just a few calls, only 3 real calls against them.
Point to the Dragons, though. It's official.
Make that 14-16.
Called by the ref. Looks like he gave the ball touch signal.
And 17 tries to get it over, but the freshman Robertson kills it.
Great play. Colts lead 16-15.
And look at that young talent in Robertson. Since the beginning of this broadcast, I was saying watch out for her, and when she's been on the court, she's been making big plays. And Collage does what she can. But what can you say? Robinson, number 15 on the Colts, just has a crazy arm. A lot of power.
6 point directly responsible from Robinson tonight in the game. But as you said earlier, she's been, she's helped a lot more too just by playing.
Oh, absolutely. Contributor in many ways.
Colt wasn't able to get that ball over the net though, so that was a point for Lake Orion.
16-17. And you have great contributors in many ways on both sides. Dragons, you see you got Robertson. You got many people. You got Sydney Smith. Collage always stretching out on the floor.
That spike from Robinson, though, that was intense.
Oh,
Point for the Colts. They lead 18-16 now.
she's fired up. How many points does she have now?
That's 7 direct points from her now.
Oh my goodness. She's in it to win it.
Definitely the highest scoring single player of the Colts team right now.
Must be. And up to the ceiling by Robinson. And Collage differs for a small hit that goes over to Robertson and gets the Dragons a single point, which brings them a single point behind the Colts for a 18-17 deficit.
It's starting to look like the last game now, where the points are just kind of staying right in the 1 to 2 point, deficit between each other.
Oh, absolutely. The question is, will the Dragons pull ahead? They have the raw natural talent, and I'd say that's a very big advantage, but,
We'll see.
we'll see. Best way to put it, because that's the way it is. And Collage skies it up 15. Who hits it?
Point for the
Gets
Colts.
it out of bounds. For a second, it looked like the Colts bench was about to get really mad. I believe they believed it was a inbounds call, when it was clearly out. Just for a minute, there was a bit of confusion there. I saw arms in the air, open faces, arched eyebrows. And 10 skies it up for 14 to whack it over. Robinson was not there in time, as she has been so many other times. Dragons only trail by 1.
19-18 is the score currently. We've got some substitutions coming in right now.
It appears so. And you got Collage sitting on the sideline.
It's not very often you see her
No.
leave the game.
Not a common sight at all, RJ. $15 put it right in the middle of all the Colts players. They all seemed to want it. One of them seemed to know who was going to get it. And so, none of them did. It's now all tied up 19. And number 12 skies it over. It's a nice serve. And number 12 is there. Keep it in the air. Ooh, 15 had the heart, had the power, but ultimately Sydney Smith for the Dragons hit it into the net.
This is the highest the Colts have gotten in any set. They haven't gotten over 19 out of the last 2 sets played, so they're definitely doing really well this set, as we've been able to tell as they've had the lead for most of this set.
They've been improving each set, right?
Yeah,
So you better
definitely.
You better hope the Dragons finish it off then. Oh. And 18 keeps it in the air with Robinson bumping it over for the Dragons. Ooh, 13 keeps it alive after a block for the Colts. 16 passes it to 8. 8 bumps it over. Collage has it, number 10. And number 10, Ren McCulley to Illyria Collage to Sydney Smith. Sydney Smith gets it after a nice block. And 14 sends it over to number 8 for the Colts. A lot of action. Definitely one of the longer sets we've seen this game. But ultimately, the Colts are victorious in that round. 21-19.
2-point lead by the Colts. They could win
That's true.
the set.
Win the set. You got to win a few more to win the whole game.
Yeah.
Number 1 for the Colts, Isabella Zaleski, the junior, really does seem to be there just about every play. And this is a battle of the ones. Game managers, Collage versus Zaleski right now anyway.
Another point for the Colts. Current score 22-19. Colts in the lead. Colts only need 3 more points to win this set.
Illyria jumps for it. Is successful. Robinson skies it in the air to 16.
Side out, take Orion.
And after touching the net, the Dragons receive a point. After the Colts touch the net, the Dragons receive a point. I want to be clear on that. You don't get a point for touching the net. You get the opposite. It's a 22-20 Colts lead as of now. Collage with a nice bump up.
Rejected, though, by number 5 on the Colts, Julia Zaretti.
But quite a valiant effort by number 10, Ren McCulley for Lake Orion. This volleyball team, both these volleyball teams seem to be going together real nicely. Oh, but it's a 21-22 Dragons lead. Maybe there was something I missed.
Colts lead.
Colts lead, pardon me. And 4 really stretches out for her, but comes up short. Sierra Livingway, that is, on that last effort for the Dragons. It's a 2-point deficit. And there's Sierra bouncing in the air. And Danielle is the one to bring the Dragons within 1 yet again. And here we are, we're approaching the 25 mark for the Colts, but the Dragons are within 1. This might go past the 25 limit for the set. 25 point. Oh, and into the student section.
That was a powerful spike by number 15 on the Colts.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Robinson is definitely out there to kill.
And I think she's using her anger to really put some power into these spikes.
Yeah, a lot of calls against the Colts. Not quite happy with that.
Point for the Dragons, though.
And there you are, 23-24. The Colts could have potentially won this set on that play.
It still is game point, though, for the Colts.
Yeah, here's game point. And we have Collage serving for the Dragons. Always a good option. And there's Collage keeping the play alive with number 8 for the Dragons. Oh, and Robinson, that's not the person you wanted for that one.
Ooh, and she got it.
That's 25-23. That's a win by 2. The set was taken by the Troy Colts.
Looks like we're going to a 4th one, Brian.
There we go.
We're in it for the long run. We'll be back with the 4th set in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned to On TV's coverage of this volleyball game.
ONTV's sports coverage is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 for more information. Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Jets Pizza has been a proud supporter of ONTV since 2009. Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. And by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003 for more information.
And we're back here tonight on the Dragons broadcast of this varsity volleyball game here on senior night. And you look at the Colts, they're all pumped up and revved after a set win in set 3.
Yep, they're happy they're not going home right now. They're happy they get to stay for a little longer, see how this game goes.
You think about it this way, you just want to set over the number 6 team in the state. That's good.
Yeah, we'll see how the Dragons want to respond to this last.
There's Illyria. Always a helpful tool to Van Loon, to number 10, who bounces it over. That would be Ren McCulley there for the Dragons. Number 7 with a nice serve for the Dragons.
Point for the Colts.
It's all tied up at 1. A real nail biter. But it was certainly impressive to see the Colts after the second set, in which they had a lead at times and even kept it real close with the Dragons for most of the time. Really, they didn't stand a chance towards the end of the second set. It was very impressive to see in the third set how they kept it close, got a lead, and maintained that lead.
Yeah, each of the 3 sets, the Colts have gone up, starting with 13 points the first, 19 points the second, and then 25, obviously, the third set. So
I don't know if you can get much higher than that. We'll have to see. Ooh. I thought I was going to hit the ground, but Zaleski is there, just like she always is for the Colts. 2 players on the Colts team that you'll notice are out there for quite a bit of the game, Robinson and Zaleski. 2 very, perhaps experienced players, but definitely in this game have not left the court. Especially Robinson, a standout player in her own.
Game's tied at 2-2.
And with that power arm, it looked like Robinson was going to rejected by, it looks like Riley Hunter. Perhaps Danielle Sargent got a hand on that.
No, it's okay. We have to.
And Collage skies it. And here's Robinson. Ooh. The ball went a funny way.
Number 11, Lauren Bell, really went for it, but just barely missed it.
Can't get them all. It's tied at 3. Look at that determination by number 18, McBride.
Dragons lead 4-3.
Might have got hit on the nose on that one. Either way, it went her way. Yeah, I think McBride is touching her nose for the for the Colts side. I think she might have been hit there. It's never fun.
I'm sure they're used to it.
Perhaps. Out of bounds, Dragons point. Make that 5-3.
Much better start this set for the Dragons than the last set.
Yeah, they're not going slow no more. They're taking it up a notch. I don't think they were taking it slow in the first place, to be honest.
I'm sure they just regrouped, after the thing, and now they're hopefully back.
Oh, absolutely. And with another nice set, I believe the points there go to Sydney Smith. Well, let's be reminded, even though the Dragons have a 35-7 record, Troy is certainly no pushovers. They've won a few less games than Dragons, but with only 7 losses,
still 27. 27 wins for the Colts.
Same amount of losses for both teams, actually. And that's an out of bounds by the Dragons, which bumps it up to 4-6 in favor of the Dragons. Dragons just seem like a team that the longer you play them, you get more worn down. Colts, you haven't necessarily seen that this game.
I think they've done the opposite, if anything.
I think they've adapted to the Dragons. And Robinson, I think Robinson is by herself almost keeping this game alive. And as I say that, she does a nice dig there. Oh, and that rejection by McBride. She's dancing over it. She's excited.
Number 19, Kendall Robinson, the freshman, tried to get it over the net, but just couldn't make it. And the rest of the team couldn't get it back up.
And what can you say? These Colts have heart. Ooh. That was almost a disastrous play.
I thought that one hit the ground. It was out of my vision for a second. A high one.
And Collage decides not to go for it. Very smart move. It's now a 7-5 Dragons lead. And winning this set would win the entire game for the Dragons. Of course, winning the last one would have too, but what can you say? Those Colts had a lot of strength.
If the Colts manage to win again, then it's going to be a really interesting 5th set where that's really going to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah. They blocked it, but it went down. On the wrong side for the Dragons. It makes it 6-7 in favor of the Lake Orion sideline. Yep. Always help me out, RJ.
I've noticed our student section usually standing and cheering sat down for this set. Over on the other side of us there.
Might be getting a little tired.
I think we're gonna go. So let's call her and I say hi and tell her to text me.
We have a little bit of substitution going on for the Dragons. Out goes Collage. Out goes Robertson. In comes a new squad. One thing you'll never see on the Colts, though, number 15 does not go out, it seems. Robinson's always on the court making big plays.
Another point for the Dragon.
9-6.
Dragons lead 9-6.
You got it. You heard it here first. Orion Neighborhood Television. And Sydney Smith, number 15 for the Dragons, seems to be kicking at the dirt or something. There's something funny going on. They're laughing about it. Her.
Hey, as long as they're still having fun.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think athletic events, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Enjoy your teammates. Enjoy the wins. Accept the losses. Move on. Just enjoy yourself. It is what it is, and life's too short to worry. Now, after a break from this philosophy lesson that I'm giving you, back to the game.
Yeah. Dragons lead 9-7. Lyria Collage coming back in the game. Short break for her.
Collage really only needs a short break to continue producing. Ooh, an absolute bullet. That makes it 10-7. Dragons have maintained a nice, comfortable 3-point lead.
I don't know if I'd call it comfortable. It's still pretty close. Anything, it's still anybody's game at this point.
It's true. I suppose anything where you're on top, though, is comfortable. RJ's pointing out to me a fellow television production workshop member in the student section. I believe we have 2 down there. Just wanted to point that out. A lot of students here. We're all supporting this team, supporting this big senior night game. The crowd isn't as rowdy as it is, but everyone seems enticed. Perhaps even a little worried by this strong Colts outing. That was not a strong serve, though. Number 3 skies it to the net. Caroline Shabbat, junior, off the Colts. That's a name I haven't seen too much of tonight.
Well, I'm sure the Colts are throwing everybody they can at this right now to try to keep the game's momentum going.
Oh, you gotta. That's the way you win.
That's very true.
And we see Molaire, the senior off the Colts, getting lots of touches.
Great save by Illyria, though. But it wasn't enough. Colts score a point.
Wrong direction.
That's my thing, wrong direction.
Pardon me? And number 1 serves it for the Colts. Ooh, and number 8, but Illyria hits the floor. Collage. And it's out of bounds, but the Dragons know they had a strong effort on that one. Yet they only maintain a 1-point lead over the Colts.
That's right, scores 11-10.
And this is not one you want to lose if you're a Dragon. Think about the confidence of Troy's team if they had won 2 sets in a row and just needed 1 more to win. Well, there you go. Off the hands of number 16. And what a fast-paced game this is. I almost don't believe this is the 4th set. It feels like it's the 1st. Ooh. One thing you can say about both these teams, these kids know where to be at the right time. Robinson tries to air it over the defenders, but Collage is there, as she usually is.
Point for the Dragons there.
Zaleski just couldn't quite get a grapple on that one.
Dragons leading 13-10.
I feel like I've undersold Zaleski's value on this Troy team, but definitely a good manager. Definitely a good contributor and a game maker.
Definitely.
Game changer. Everyone's a game maker. You won't be a game without these people.
Another point for the Dragons.
14-10. And while there's a 4-point lead and what could be the winning set for the Dragons, this home crowd is not quite settled into the idea that they're going to win just yet. They're just a little on edge after seeing the performance during the last couple sets. Somehow the Dragons kept it up for a few bounces there, but
Wasn't enough.
ultimately could not get it over. Too many players on the floor trying to dig them.
Dragons still lead 14-11.
Yes, they do. And a serve by the senior on the Colts team.
Great block by number 18, Francis McBride, sophomore.
But ultimately goes out of bounds, leading the Detroit, what am I saying? The Lake Orion point total up to 15 against 11 for the Colts.
Still only a 4-point lead.
Remember when I said it was a comfortable lead, 3 points? Yeah, I take that back. This game feels wire to wire. Oh, number 8 splices it right where she knows nobody will hit it. Riley Hunter with a magnificent play for those Dragon points. That's 16-11.
Wouldn't be surprised if Troy takes a timeout pretty soon here if Lake Orion keeps scoring any more points.
You don't want to get it too spaced out. 5 points is definitely manageable, but you got to start playing well right now. And that was great. What looked like could have been an easy 17th point for the Dragons.
Oh,
Well, it did end up being a 17th point for the Dragons, but still. Number 1, Zaleski. What a great hit.
What did
from
I
the
say?
sidelines.
They'd called a timeout.
What can I say? You
Troy
called
a
it.
timeout.
Technically, Troy called it.
Be sure to tune into replays of your favorite games right here on TV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at orionontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.orionontv.org.
And here we are. The score seems more spaced out than the game feels right now. A 17-11 6-point lead for the Dragons.
I know, but I still feel like, the Colts have proven they can come back.
Oh, they're lurking. They're ready. McBride was great.
Mills McBride's basically been in the entire game, too. She's definitely one of their key players along with number 15.
Less so than 15, but Robinson was there, but it was a hit out of bounds.
Lake Orion leads 18-11.
I believe McBride was wearing a bandana, but during the play, it fell off onto the floor.
game, but it really turned out to be a really good game. Even
and that's the 17 over the Troy Colts to win the overall match.
When the other team thinks the play is dead and begins to cheer, think again, because here comes Valeria out of nowhere, diving to save the play. She is an absolutely incredible libero to watch on the court. She is committed to play volleyball on a scholarship to Western Michigan University, where she will pursue her elementary school education. Valeria, you will truly be missed, and Western is lucky to have you.
My senior is DJ Sargent. Her parents are Stan and Scott Sargent. DJ is a 4-year varsity player and is a captain this year. She brings energy to the team with her leadership even when the team is down. She brings us up with her enthusiasm. Even off the court, she brings laughs to the team. She is a middle hitter and is a big part of this team. DJ just committed to Michigan State University on a scholarship for rowing. She is pursuing her education in health sciences. Coming in as a freshman, it has been really good to have someone to look up to as a mentor. We'll miss you next week.
This is Lauren, daughter of Mike and Sherry Bandler. This is her second year on varsity, and she is an outside hitter. She is unsure where she wants to go to further her academic career and is undecided on what major she wants to pursue. We are going to miss you next year, and we love you a lot. Thank you for helping us around our first year of high school when we were just freshmen.
The Lake Orion volleyball coaches, parents, want to thank all the seniors for their hard work and dedication to the Lake Orion volleyball program throughout their high school careers. Thank you very much, ladies.